United and Liverpool plot football's biggest shake-up in a generation. Project Big Picture. Do we leave it as it is and allow the small clubs to wither? Or do we do something about it?
Project Big Picture, our winning scoop, is a set of proposals put together by Liverpool and Manchester United, providing a wave of funding to the lower leagues in the EFL. The footballing calendar would be trimmed to suit the top Premier League clubs, with the number of Premier League teams cut from 20 to 18, and more power in the hands of the top 6. Sam Wallace was the man who pulled the trigger on the story.
I think I realised the scale of it when you looked at the size of the clubs who were involved, Liverpool, Manchester United, and the fact that they very rarely disclose their position on any of these big issues. It's always hard to say how you think a story will go down, but I was pretty sure in the last few days before we published that this was the biggest story of my career as a reporter so far. I first came across the story really weeks in advance, but it was one of those that took a long time to make sure that we were right on all the details. I think the reactions really went beyond what I expected. There was a government response the same day, and News at 10, which is on the BBC, which is really the sort of gold standard of the day's agenda, they featured a segment on it too. In the wide details of Project Big Picture, there was something for everyone in there, whether you were a fan of Liverpool, whether you're a fan of Doncaster Rovers, it would affect your club. I think you could make a very strong case for Project Big Picture being the biggest shake-up in the history of English football. It failed because the 14 clubs outside the so-called Big Six were never ever going to vote for a smaller Premier League and less money. But its legacy goes on today, and we can see that in the discussions around the new Champions League format post-2024. I can't tell you how chuffed I am to win this award. It's something that I've always had as an ambition to be recognised by the SJA. I've been to the ceremony many years over and over and seen some fantastic journalists, many of whom I count as good friends, recognised for their work. And to be part of that list, it really is a thrill for me.